What were the Kender in the original Dragonlance setting? Okay, it breaks down like this. A god by the name of Riorix created what is known as the Grey Gem. It is described as being a mighty artifact, a large clear gray stone of many facets, and was made to hold and radiate the essence of neutral magic. It was created to balance out the differences between good and evil, but two other gods by the name of Hidukal and Chislev tricked Riorix, and instead of balancing neutrality, the gem simply made the pendulum of good and evil swing more rapidly. The Grey Gem was stolen and found by a barbarian prince named Gargath. He assumed the Grey Gem was a gift from the gods and sealed it away in a tower. Two massive armies of gnomes attempted to retrieve the Grey Gem. One army was consumed with greed, desire, and power, and the other army simply was curious as to what exactly the gem did and how it worked. Together, the two gnomish armies battered down the walls surrounding Gargath's tower, and through the crashing debris, light from the Grey Gem blinded the battlefield. When vision returned, the two armies of gnomes were actually fighting against each other. In the light of the Grey Gem, the gnomes changed. The ones that lusted after wealth became dwarves, and the ones that were simply curious, well, they became the Kender. Side note, it is rumored that the Grey Gem may still be somewhere lost on the world of Krynn, just waiting to be discovered. Among the more known Kender is Tasselhoff Burfoot. The Kender in Dragonlance love to travel and crave adventure, and they love maps. They often had hidden pockets in the folds of their clothing to hide small items and objects, trinkets, one of which is this. And I'd love to ask that if you're enjoying this video to please give it a thumbs up. It helps to get it out to more eyes, and I thank you kindly for that. In the original setting of Dragonlance, Kender had the following talents. Taunt. They are masters at enraging others by verbal abuse, and we'll see a version of this in their 5th edition counterpart. Fearlessness. They are immune to fear, including fear aspects created by magic, as they are curious about everything, which often lands them in trouble. We'll also see a version of this in the 5th edition as well. They also had a natural ability to stave off poison effects, and to a degree had a strong save versus spells. As best I can tell, this is not part of the 5th edition version. Back in the day, rogues were among the better classes to play as when playing as a Kender, or as they referred to it, a handler. Kender love parties and gatherings of their kind, calling these togethers Kender meets. Usually deep business and important matters are exchanged at these Kender meets, along with, of course, food and drink. Kender, as mentioned, are a curious lot, and as such find value in odd trinkets and items. Nothing specific. One might take up a fascination with small daggers, but not any other bladed weapon, and will seek out to collect as many small knives as they can. Another might find a deep connection to something else entirely. There is no clear list of what a Kender will covet, just that they seek out the strange odds and ends. When they do find a specific item or small collection of items that they really like, they could stash those away in the folds of their clothing or in small bags, and then could later retrieve that item without incurring a penalty. And this is something that we'll see also in their 5th edition counterpart. Kender and Dragonlance of old were not ones to adventure for gain. They didn't exactly care about pure wealth. They adventured for the odd item, for the unique object to have. As mentioned, they were great as rogues, as they could almost always figure out a way to open a locked door or get into an otherwise locked chest. I, for one, am looking forward to seeing exactly how the Kender are going to be handled in 5th edition, and while we've seen two versions presented in the Unearthed Arcana playtest material, it will be interesting to see the overall final version. The Kender lineage will be among one of the first things I look at to compare with the Dragonlance of old. If you'd like to see other Dragonlance videos that I've covered, check out this Dragonlance playlist. Bookmark it. It's only going to grow as I add more Dragonlance videos, and let me know down in the comments if the Kender is a character you would play as, and if so, what class. Until next our paths cross, may you not get blinded by the Grey Gem.